Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from generating a design in Claude Code, in code itself, to Figma. We're going to make some adjustments, and then we're going to send it back to see if it replicates those adjustments in the browser. So here's how to do it. The first thing you want to do when you open up Claude, get out a new folder or an existing project. It works for existing projects as well. And just type in plugin install Figma Claude plugin desktop. Now, I already did that. You're going to have to authenticate and all that crap. But once you have it ready to go, let's just go ahead and have it generate a design of some sort for maybe like a SaaS landing page of like a hero section. Okay, so here it is. This is the design. It's very AI generated. It's so cookie cutter, and that's why I'm trying to help people elevate their AI generated designs. Check out the ongoing challenge that I'm doing right now. There's a link in the description. Anyhow, so let's say this is what you're happy with, right? And now you want to make some adjustments in Figma. So what you do is just / Figma, and you'll see, you want to make sure you see all of these options right here. Otherwise, you're working with something else. When I had it installed initially, I installed something and there was only one of these commands. So you want to make sure you have all these commands, and you simply want to choose, you don't want to implement the design. It says translate Figma designs into production ready code. That's going to be the second step when we actually work with it in Figma. So what we really want to do is we just want to tell it to send this to Figma. Okay, so there's like some type of bug on my computer at least where it shows like the Figma file, but there's a bug. But really all you have to do is just go back to your Figma desktop, and I see it right here. So let's do a one-to-one comparison to see if it accurately translated this layout right here. I think for the most part, it did a pretty good job. It did not get the typical gradient text worked in there. But now the idea is, let's say, for instance, you want to make some changes to this. So we'll take, maybe we'll take the header navbar area and we'll change the fill. The fill, let's just say we want it to be this color, right? Then we'll real quickly grab all the docs and this stuff right here. We'll make that black, or actually a faster way is just to grab the whole thing, take a look at the selection colors, and we'll make this white. Yeah, we'll make this white instead. Maybe we'll take this button over here, we'll make that white for the fill, and then for the actual text color inside of it, we'll make it this color. Okay, let's fix this button real quick because this is just stupid. I'll put it in a, let's see here, we got text right here, link, text. Like what is happening here? That's why it got messed up. There it is. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and take let's say for instance you make your adjustments, you're happy with them. We're gonna go ahead and select the entire frame, or you could select just a specific frame if you only worked on one. Right click over here and then just copy as link to selection, and I'm going to say / implement design, and then I will paste that in. All right, so if you recall what it looked like before, and we'll get this thing kind of up right here just to see the changes that it makes, and then we'll compare to see if it did a decent job. Again, we didn't have many changes, but we'll see, again, just how quickly this workflow could possibly work. Okay, and here it is. So it nailed the nav bar, it looks like, but I don't think it got the lighter background color. So this background color, it didn't pick it up. What you need to do is take the color, add it as a variable like BG color, and now that we've added it to a variable, it does a much better job of translating the design to the actual code in the HTML and CSS. One part that I just kind of don't like about that is you would have to do that with almost every element at this point in time. Now, there are some other commands that I've yet to experiment with, which I'm going to very shortly, but those commands right here are, if we type in / Figma, we can see there's different options to provide a prompt to map the currently selected design elements, probably to like tokens and stuff like that. Yeah, inside of the code base, provide a prompt to generate design system rules for this repo. That's actually a very handy thing, and that's kind of like a modern trend that we're seeing now. So that's kind of how it's meant to be used at a very loose, very quick introductory level. Yeah, you can go ahead and generate a design with AI, and then if you're a designer, you can bring it back into Figma to make some refinements. Now, some of you might say, what point is that when I can just tell the AI to do it for me? Well, with something like Figma, you typically have the ability to do this a lot quicker. However, we saw that the translation wasn't perfect. It messed up that button. And it also kind of takes a little bit more time to tokenize your design so that it will get, almost perfectly accurate results. So I still think there might be some work, but at the same time, I need to experiment with it more. And so, yeah, definitely check out the current the Vibe Design AI Assisted Challenge that's going on now. It just started yesterday. I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.